And y'all know how we do. It's me, the Big Herc. And you tuned in to Herc's World, man. Season 3, episode 17. I think we're gonna make this the season finale. Because we are slowly approaching the 50th episode of Herc's World and the 1 year anniversary. Um, so I think we're gonna make this the season finale so that going into the next week or next week episode, we'll go into a new season. So that'll be this will be the season finale. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, tapping in. Just want to thank my guests from last week. Shout out to Stace, Royce, and Jasmine for kicking it in Herc's World last week. If you did not go back, if you did not hear the antics from last week, please make sure you go back. Stream it on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get your podcast from. It was most definitely one for the books. Couple clickables in there. I still stand on what I said. If I propose to you in public and you tell me no, that uppercut is coming from I'm talking about the devil himself is going to help me deliver the uppercut from hell. And you going to fly 5-6 feet. That's not a threat because, that's we can't do those and this is being recorded. That's not a threat. That's just a premonition of what could happen if you tell me no and I've spent all this money on this ring and all this time in this relationship and you tell me no. So I love you though, babe. Don't take that as a threat, but I love you. Anyway, we have another fun episode for y'all this week. We got some new blood in the system on the show this week. Couple people, I feel like without telling too much, everybody on here has their own show. So they're kind of like the Beyoncés of their own shows. So we're going to try to see how this works out. But we're going to make it work. I'm going to let y'all know who it is when we get back. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. You're listening to Herc's World. Welcome back, man. It is Herc's World. I am none other than your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, the Big Herc. And if she says I'm not, she lying. So I told y'all we got some new blood on the show today. Without further ado, I'm gonna shut up and let them introduce themselves, and we'll get straight into it. So, tell the people who you are.
Well, I guess I will start. So, hello everybody. My name is Bri Centrell, and so yeah, about that whole podcast thing, we had one. We have taken a definite hiatus until probably the summertime. Long story. That is something I would discuss off of here. But yeah, Bri Centrell, born and raised Memphis, and I'm here to let's see what we got.
Okay. We most definitely gonna talk about that later.
Like,
we don't want to start no mess. Well, we do, but we don't. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Tise. I am one half of the Some of That podcast. So I know about hiatus because we took a break. We took a break the end of last year, and we just got back going this year. So the podcast world is it's not easy. It's not easy when you're the host and your production and your marketing and your everything. Yeah, so I get it. So I feel your pain. But yeah, so I thank y'all for having me as a guest. It feels good to be on this side. So
it does. It really does.
And so I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys.
And last but certainly not least, the mastermind behind all this. I'm gonna let him introduce himself because without him, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have thought about this collaboration.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Coach Moe. Real government name, Coach Moses. One half of the Some of That podcast with my player partner, sister, BFF, whatever you want to call her, Tise. I always say this about Tise. If something happened to me, I hope Latisse takes my phone and throws it in Lake Michigan
I got you, bro.
because
I got you.
she knows where all the bodies are buried. She
Yeah.
knows everything. So, but I'm happy to be on the show.
Man, so that's dope. So let before we get into the topics that we kind of talked about, let's start here. Coach Moe and Tise, what is it like being a podcaster in 2023? You kind of hinted on like, you the marketing, you the content, you the editing, all that. So what is that like being a podcaster in 2023?
I mean, it's fun because you get to when stuff happen, you get to voice, you have a voice and you get to do your opinion and people can hear it. And that part is fun. That's the easy part. I think that's the easy part. It's the other stuff that comes along with it. And then trying to not be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Trying to navigate and figure out what's your lane, and not try to, mimic other people. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people, I mean, it's okay to aspire to be like some of those bigger ones, but I feel like everybody tries to talk about the same thing and it's like regurgitated. And so I'm an advocate of saying, we can stop sending podcast mics at any time. Like, if you we've met a quota for Black podcasts in 2023. So I think we're done. So
Okay.
I got a question though.
What's up?
I want to get messy right away with Bria. I want to ask her a question.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It wouldn't be me if I didn't. So, born and raised in Memphis, right?
Yes.
I told y'all my internet was going crazy.
Gotti
That is going crazy.
Or Young Dolph.
Okay, most Memphians are going to hate me because I didn't become a fan to both of them until later on in life. So originally, Yo Gotti, because that's all I heard. But now I think I like Dolph more, even though I know, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Dolph.
I'm just now honestly really hearing a lot of his music. So I will prefer, honestly, Dolph's music over Gotti's.
Okay. I always gotta ask. Every time I meet somebody from Memphis or whatever, I gotta ask because you gotta pick a side.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta
You
ask.
don't have to
I think
pick a
Gotti
side.
was just super popularized when I was in like middle school and high school. So that's what kind of made me not even a fan, but tolerate his music more because I heard it more. So it wasn't until recently when I started hanging out with different group of people where I've actually heard Dolph. But I definitely prefer Dolph.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of like, well, being here 11 years.
So both of you guys are from Memphis?
Well, I'm from Chicago, but
Okay.
I've been in Memphis 11 years.
I've been here my whole little 31 years. Yeah.
Nice.
Like when I first came to visit, because my aunt and uncle used to live here. All I heard was Gotti.
Gotti. That's it.
Gotti this, Gotti that. So I kind of like, okay, I fucks with Gotti. And then it wasn't until Dolph came out with that song called "Play with Your Bitch" that I really started to listen to. I was like, damn, like that's slightly disrespectful. I kind of like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me, and then I heard then Dolph kind of went, a little mainstream. And then like, it's kind of been like more of Dolph lately than Gotti. So I don't know, it's just one of them things. Like I started off real like listening to Gotti heavy. And then when I guess I started hanging around certain people, it's like, man, you gotta hit this Dolph. And he was bumping. So I don't know. I don't pick sides. I'm just gonna say long live Dolph. And
long live Dolph. Rest in peace, Dolph.
Right. So let's get straight into it. unless you've been living under a rock, or you don't have kids or social media, there was a video last week, or this past week, where a teacher was in a classroom. She took this student's phone. Student's trying to get her phone back. If you look close, the teacher may or may not have bumped the student once, maybe twice. But after it's all said and done, student swings on teacher. Teacher says, "You know what? Fuck this job," and proceeds to lay hands on the student. I'm gonna give my opinion last, because yeah, I'm gonna let somebody else get their opinion. I'm just gonna go last. Just know, in my opinion, she should have got her ass whooped. But
who? Which one? The teacher or the student? Or the
student? Student should have got her ass whooped.
Oh, okay.
And I'll tell y'all why when I go. But let's start with Tise. I feel like
you know, I don't have any kids, so I can't put myself in the, I can't say what I would have done if that was my child. But being a child, I would have never thought to hit the teacher. This is a different world as far as respect wise. Like, we did bad stuff back in the day, but not to the point to where you went behind the desk and threatened the teacher. First of all, that teacher, she looks like she throw hands. I don't know. Like, these kids don't have they don't have a good sensor. Cause I'm like, she looked like she'll beat your ass. So
definitely,
I don't know what made her think she can approach her in that sense. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you that I think that she got what she deserves. I wish the teacher could have de-escalated, you know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have got to where they're on the floor. But I understand though. I get it, because it's a different generation and they don't respect adults, period. Nope. So not their teachers, not their neighbors, not their aunts or uncles, not their parents. It's different. So yeah, I wish they wouldn't have got that far, but I get it.
Go ahead, Bri.
Okay, so I'm kind of on either side, honestly. I do feel like the school is the problem starting off, because after COVID, they dropped so many credentials needed to become a substitute teacher or just a regular teacher, to where you have anybody in the classrooms, and y'all not doing the proper check on these people. Like, I know when I was back in high school, a lot of my teachers were, I don't know if you remember, was it Teach for America? And
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep. So we, 16, 17, 18 in high school, and my teacher's only 23. And so at least with that, they had some type of backing or credentials, but they were still super young in the classroom. We grew up with teachers that were a lot older than us. And like you said, we were all raised differently, and we had we had respect for our elders. And I don't think a lot of those students have that now. Including, like, a lot of those students are kids of people my age that had kids at a younger age, and now they're like 14, 15, 16 years old in middle school and high school. And you have somebody that's child-minded that raised a child, so now y'all pretty much best friends and y'all tripping. And that's usually how it goes. I mean, I don't like the fact that she had to escalate it to that point, but I understand, because if it was me, I don't know how I would react in that situation. I would want to try,
right?
Maybe try me, okay? I don't even like those kids for real, like not really.
If nothing else, she would have had on draws, but
at least that part. And that is another thing. Like,
thong, y'all. Maybe should have thong on.
You came to school. You came to be somebody's teacher dressed like you did. Like that. That's inappropriate. Like, that's beside the point. The kid is wrong for sure, but the teacher is wrong for not de-escalating the situation, or at least walking away. Period. But So she stayed in and she did what she has to do. And it is what it is. She got her ass whooped. Little girl. Yeah.
All right, coach. What you got?
You still got your coach?
Coach was froze up.
I think he froze.
Yeah.
He done damn froze.
All right, there we wait. He moved. Wait. All right, there we
Keep
go.
moving. You back, Corey?
Yeah, I'm back. Hey, listen, the teacher was wrong for putting her hands on the student. I understand that, but I do understand why she whipped that little girl's ass. I understand. I understand very well. If I was in that situation, I probably would have put one of them little boys in a full Nelson myself. Because at the end of the day, I don't let my kids put their hands on me. I'm not gonna let nobody else's kids put their hands on me either. But I understand the job as a teacher. I understand that. But in that moment, she snapped. The little girl snapped. But these kids, they don't come from the same ilk or background or upbringing like we did. When I was in school, that's the last thing we thought about was putting hands on a teacher. Even though we may wanted to fuck a teacher up. Now, I ain't gonna lie. We may want to fuck his ass up, but we would never do it. You know what I'm saying? But these kids nowadays is different because they don't really care. They probably at home. They probably been told if anybody put their hands on you, you fuck them up or hit them back. No matter if it's an adult, it's
No
all different.
consequences.
It's all different. So I get why she did what she did. Now, the little boy inside me, if I had been there and I saw that teacher with her dress raised up, and me and my homies was looking at that ass, we'd be trying to figure out whether to go get a condom or go get some help. That's what we would have been trying to figure out, man.
Out of control.
I'm just being honest, man. That's what we would have been. We'd have been like, damn, look at all that ass, bro. That's what we would have been saying. Straight up, because it's a sub. Because back then when we had subs, they was old and
We did.
you know they what I'm saying. But now tired.
Yeah.
So
They ain't care.
This is
Yeah.
a younger teacher.
Yes.
This is a younger teacher with ass and maybe no thong on or maybe we didn't know. So that's what I got out of the video.
So I never wanted to fuck up a teacher. Now I may have wanted to smash a teacher or two. Shout out to Ms. Wilson. But no. So my take on it is this: could the teacher have de-escalate the situation? Yes. Was the child in the wrong? Yes. My issue with the whole video is if you are grown enough to step your ass out into this arena where you feel like you can swing on an adult, and you figure out within the first 3 seconds that this ain't that,
This ain't what you want.
Yeah.
you gonna have to take that L, and you gonna have to hold that motherfucker. And the reason I was like, so wait, you swung on this woman, and then when she got you on the ground, your first reaction is, get off me. Call somebody. Nah, man. That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't like.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, you campaigned for this ass whooping and you got elected. Now you want to go back to being in the child's place.
Right.
Yeah.
That ain't it's too late for that. Like that,
Yeah.
that you got everything you deserve. You campaigned for it.
Yeah.
Now she done put you on the ground. Now you want to holler, help me. Y'all gonna let her do this to me? Call somebody. Ma'am, we not helping you. We seen what the fuck she did to you.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that teacher is going to lose any type of if she has any licenses, she's going to lose all of that. But just because she put a hand on a student defending herself or not, she's going to lose everything.
I saw a video. She said she has been 15 years.
Yep. So she's been doing it for a while.
Oh wow.
She set it up.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
And see, but it does go back to like what you said earlier, Bri. Like ever since COVID, people, they have relaxed the guidelines to be a substitute teacher because at this point, they just need bodies. Like I know in Tennessee, you don't even have to have a license. You just got to be like, hey, you just got to sign up. They run a little background check. As long as you ain't got no felonies, man, you go step in the classroom and be a sub.
Oh wow!
In
It's
her
definitely
video,
like that here.
I know in her video, she said that she had been, I guess, a teacher for 15 years, but it wasn't like in a classroom. So it was more so she did Sunday school,
Work with
church.
kids.
That she just worked with kids in general,
Yeah.
but not in a fully school setting. At least that's what I got from her video. She named a lot of stuff, but it really wasn't school related. So like, ma'am, that's a different setting. What you do at church, what you do at somebody's summer camp, daycare, that is not the same thing as dealing with middle school and high school students.
Yeah.
I need
a whole different set of hormones.
I need a button to that goes flag on the plate. Did you say Sunday school?
Sunday school teacher.
Sister Jones.
She did.
Done whoop somebody. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Y'all let Sister Jones in the classroom, and pastor didn't like her tithe, and pastor said something to her, and she said,
"Sister was fed up, and she was just over it. And she just let her have it. Like,
she was over it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I saw, and some people have said it's the actual mama. Some people said it was like an auntie. Somebody said it was a guardian, but I saw a post from the supposed mama that said, like, bro, what y'all want me to do? Like, my child was disrespectful, and that's what happens when you get disrespectful. What I'm gonna go up there and fight the teacher for? Right. And there are some people who are like, oh, that couldn't have been my child. Like, I'm gonna send the city up about my child.
And that's the problem. And that's
definitely
the problem with what's going on right now. Because those are the type of parents that are going to go into school, show their ass, knowing good and well their child is most definitely in the wrong. And their kid is going to come back and do the same thing. And then y'all wonder why for kids end up dead. Them the main kids out here stealing these cars, little Kia boys and girls. Like, these are the same kids. Like, it is so freaking terrible. Like, if it was my child, like, I'm literally gonna beat your ass. Like, I'm gonna get on the teacher for putting I'm not gonna yell at the teacher, but I will have a conversation with her.
Sure.
But my child is in the wrong.
Yeah.
If you swing on an adult and then you expect them not to hit you back or to try to restrain you in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, I mean, I ain't teaching you.
I get it.
Bro, you swing on your brother and sister, and they swing back. So what you thought was going to happen with somebody grown?
You feel me?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And just like I didn't help you with your brother and sister, I'm not finna help you fight her either.
Right.
Let's go. You suspended. That's all I got.
Right. And some of these kids, they need to get their ass kicked because some of these kids think they tough.
That's them
they need to get whooped.
Yep. And they act, like for us, it used to be like you get it where you act up. So if you want to go act a fool in school, well, that's what I'm gonna bring it to you at school. But in this situation, the teacher brought it to us. So it's like Herc said in the beginning. Now you acting the fool for your friends in the classroom. Now you down there getting your ass beat. Now it's like, help me. No, we don't do that. The help should have came when she told you to sit down the first time, but you didn't do that. You wanted to act out and. Be the class clown or be the class bully or whatever, got down there and got your ass beat. Now it's like, help me. No, you can't. Which one you want? You want to respect the teacher and wait till the end of the day to get your phone, or you want to fight her? You want to fight her, you got what you get. So,
you get what you get.
That should be a lesson to her going forward that I don't even know if it shouldn't even have to be a lesson to respect your teacher. Like, I don't even understand why that's not even just like the baseline. It's a bunch of teachers that I did not like. I mean, cannot stand, but I don't have a choice but to respect their authority because I'm the student, that's the teacher. And if my parents find out that I'm at the school and we don't have that dynamic, my dad is going to whoop my ass. Okay. I'm scared to go home. Right. So I feel like to raise your hand at another adult, like you're not scared of consequences when you get home. Because ain't no way I would have thought I'd get away with that unless my parent is okay with it. Like y'all was saying, like if the parents the ones that's gonna go back acting the fool, then these kids, we can't expect nothing different from them.
Exactly. But you know what though? Being that she was a substitute, they may view her as lesser anyway. Because you really don't have any authority over grades or anything like that.
Right.
So that's why a lot of the time the teachers that are tried tend to be the substitutes. Because y'all just here for a temporary. Like you literally
Yeah.
have no authority over me going to the next grade.
Right.
Right. Now, granted, I'm gonna be 100. In 8th grade, I was horrible.
As opposed to
Like,
now.
I mean, I'm a little bit better now, but like in 8th grade, like I can remember vividly. We made. I cannot think of her name, but she was of the other color. Like we literally, like for 2 days straight, we literally would come in her class, talk, play, and not do no work. And on the second day, that woman had a nervous breakdown. Like I'm talking about crying,
Poor lady.
like why are y'all like this? Why won't y'all just listen and do? And like, we laughed at her. Like, do you not know where you are? Like, why are you on the west side of Chicago
What
at a
school
black
was it,
school?
Herc? What school was it, Herc?
I went to Mason.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's all we need to know right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, bro, like, it was like, what? I was like, get your ass out of here crying. Like, but I mean, like, now I know that was wrong. But that's the extent of the shit we did. Like, we made teachers cry because we wouldn't do work and we wouldn't listen. We would never think to swing on no teacher or call ourselves trying to fight a teacher.
Right.
Because one, our parents was crazy.
Yes.
Two, security guards in Mason, them niggas was big, so they snatched you real fast. Like, hey, bring your ass here.
Yes.
So it's like, you gotta think twice. You gotta think twice if you want to fight each other. By all means, go ahead, and they may even let you fight, depending on the person. But a teacher or an adult,
that was a no-go.
Ours was kind of the same way. They never fought a teacher, but they were disrespectful. See, I wasn't like you, Herc. I was a good kid. I did my work. I sat down. I talked a lot, but I did what I was supposed to do. But you did have those few kids in the classroom that just literally tormented the substitute teachers. And it was bad enough that one of the substitutes was our friend's mom. They went so far as to go in this lady purse, steal her money, steal her phone.
Damn.
Like, oh no, they were terrible. Like, that wasn't me, but they were terrible.
Y'all,
and I don't think she came back to that school after that. And she
y'all
was
would have had to see me. Y'all, that's my mama. Y'all can fuck with a lot of shit. Don't fuck with my mama.
She was of the others. Like, she was of the others.
Oh,
and she was such a sweet lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still, that's my mama. You got to see me about my mama.
No, I don't think she had it in her to step up to anybody.
Yes. Well, no, like, I mean, because like I see memes all the time where, like, in the 70s, the 80s, and then the early 90s. If a teacher called home, it was the parent scolding the child.
Mm-hmm.
But somewhere between 95 and now, and I don't even want to. We'll say 98.
99. I would say 99 because I'm just thinking about my brother. Because terrible.
We'll say 99.
Yeah.
So 99 and now, if you can look at one of these kids wrong.
Yeah.
They parent is like, why you targeting my child?
Yeah.
Why this nigga in my house and he ain't supposed to be?
Right.
Or why does your child feel it's necessary to feel like he can say and do what he want to say without consequences?
Right. Right.
It's the parenting.
It's always the parenting. It's definitely the parenting.
I think I saw something on Twitter where a parent said, if my child comes to your house and they don't want to speak, then they don't have to speak to you because
I saw that.
If they don't feel like speaking, they don't have to. And I'm just like, don't bring your little rude ass child to my house. Because in that same breath, you can't come here being rude.
Right. Now speaking, you don't walk in nobody's house without speaking. Now, I do, I do kind of understand like, hey, if you don't like being touched or hugged, that.
Sure.
But you don't speak to whoever.
Yeah.
That's a respect thing.
It's a respect thing.
And a lot of these kids
be at their house.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
You don't take
I
nothing.
was just
They'll be
saying that
listening.
it's just the parents. They set these rules for kids. Like they teach them to be disrespectful in the sense like this is why they act this way because their parents don't have a problem with doing it. So the kids just do what they either what they see or what they don't get in trouble for. So
Yeah, what they don't get in trouble for. That's right.
yeah,
I had
And
yeah,
I had I coach basketball, so I grew up. I had coaches who if you fucked up, they put hands on you. And what I mean by mess up, I don't mean like if you just miss a shot, they're gonna put hands on. But I mean like if you get out of pocket, get disrespectful, they gonna put hands on you. Or they gonna fold you up. You know what I'm talking about, Herc? Where
Yep.
they grab your ass like grown man strength. Nowadays, if you do that now, you're gonna be fired. You're gonna be fired. You're gonna be fired even for even yelling at a kid using an F word or cussing them out. You could be fired. So, like she said, like Bria said, along the line from like '99 to 2000 and right now, something changed with like adulting, parenting, accountability. It's more about don't you say nothing to my kid. Well, your kid is
yeah,
in my care for 8 hours. Your
Yep.
kid is in my care for 3 hours. I'm not gonna let one kid disrespect what I'm trying to teach. What I'm trying to. Well, you got like 14 or 15 other kids who want to learn. I can't let one kid mess up the classroom or what I'm trying to teach for the day.
yeah,
So,
right.
I think parents I think parents feel like, well, why you a teacher then? If you can't handle one, why you a teacher
right.
then? They
Yep.
go beyond that. It's way beyond that.
But you know what though? I don't think a lot of parents believe in the term village anymore. Like it literally
Mm-hmm.
takes all of us to raise the child. So as soon as you say something wrong to their child, because I remember like I didn't play basketball, but I remember seeing like coaches like really like jacking people up, like get your
Yeah.
shit together. But they weren't
Yeah.
doing it in a malicious way. It was like, hey, bro, like what are you doing? Trying to keep them
Mm-hmm.
on a good path. But that was a part of the village. Your coaches, your teachers, your church members. These were all the
Yeah.
people that kind of created who you are today. And if you didn't have that, that's why your ass out here in classrooms getting beat up because you don't have a village to help raise you. You have social media, and you think
Mm-hmm.
being on World Star and doing this extra stuff is what's going to get you to where you got to go. It's not. Like
Mm-hmm.
you still finna be in this classroom with these same people, probably gonna fail because you clearly ain't doing your work or doing what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all
It's
expecting a good outcome. Like when I say I appreciate the village that I grew up with and the village that I'm
mm-hmm.
trying to create for my child, we
Mm-hmm.
we're not doing it. As long as I know
Mm-hmm.
for a fact that person is not doing anything malicious
Sure.
towards my child, I'm not finna sit up here and curse this other adult out. We're gonna have a conversation. And if it was something that I didn't like or my child didn't like, then we'll talk about it. But this person here, this teacher, this is still you go to this classroom, you be respectful. But I
Absolutely.
will have your back if you feel like something is wrong. That's when you come to me. You talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, my kid's 8. She just go to school at this point. But as she gets older, I would hope that she still comes to me, aunties, uncles, whoever else, to have a conversation if something
Yeah,
goes wrong at school.
So,
yeah,
couple things. One, we as a nation have gotten soft. Like you can't,
Oh yeah,
you can't look at a kid without without them feeling some type of way. That's one.
mm-hmm.
absolutely, absolutely.
Two, I do have I do have the rights and the ownership to buy your child her first drink when she turned 21. Her daddy told me I had that right. And I bought you your first drink when you turned 21. So it's just a rite of passage.
have
Um,
at
you know.
it.
But no, like I literally had this conversation, kind of like this similar conversation with my son, yesterday. He's 12, and
Man,
he's a little, I don't want to. He he has all the right things to be a great kid. He's just a little lost, and without going too deep into it, I was like, he created a shade room page on Instagram about his school. And I
seriously?
was like, yeah. I was like, dude, I was like, why? He's like, well, I only posted one fight video. I said, but
Oh
yeah,
wow.
I said, but that one fight video could be the trigger to somebody else posting another fight video, and then that person finds out you started it. Now, I fight kids, but if you in the wrong, you gonna have to tell you gonna have to hold this L. I'm not fighting
Yeah.
you if you can't fight. You gotta hold that L. Like, and if we being honest, kids these days don't fight.
Mm-mm.
They either get on Twitter and talk crazy to you,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
they pick up guns.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They take it
And
too
because you started this shade room page, now it's a conversation with the police, because now you could be looked at as a cyberbully.
Yep.
Or if you take it too far, that person, or if it's that person's breaking point, they know when you go to school,
Yeah.
and they just decide, you know what, he hurt me, so I'm gonna shoot this bitch up. Then what? Now we gotta, do all this cats. I said, I'm not going to I'm not doing all that casket singing and all that. I love you, but if you gonna have to some got to change. Like, I understand, you all is social media. By all means, use social media to your advantage. You want to be a content creator. This ain't the kind of content you want to, be putting out there.
Yeah, right.
So, but it's crazy because I got, like, he's the middle kid. So, like, I got a 9-year-old, the 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 14-year-old. So it's just like, these are the type of conversations we got to have about social media. It's supposed to be fun. Like when Facebook first came, it's supposed to be fun, a way to connect with your friends and have fun.
Yeah.
Social media stopped being fun after MySpace. Now it's just a bunch of videos and everybody.
MySpace and Black Planet.
I never got into Black Planet. I did not have Black Planet. I was such a MySpace.
That's probably the old heads.
Hey, Black Planet was that shit.
I never had either one.
It seems like ever since then, social media has just now become more of a torture platform. And you putting people on live, literally committing suicide. You murdering this person on live just because you can. I'm like, nobody even cares to even get caught anymore. It is what it is. I did it, and y'all gonna see it. Like, you just want to cause harm to other people maliciously, and I'm like, that is a no. Like, I let my kid have social media, not social media, but like, well, YouTube technically counts, but I have to monitor that, and that's the point now where I take it away throughout the week and let you really just have it on the weekends, because YouTube doesn't censor anything. And then when you have YouTube Kids, it's not actual all kid content. Like, they really don't have a good rating system. So I'm like, she's seeing stuff maybe that I've seen when I was a kid, like still fight videos, stuff like that. Like, that is a no. Or you have these adults dressing up in kid costume. You thinking it's a kid video when it's
that's crazy.
And I'm like, it's cringe. It's so cringe. Like, I don't. Yeah, social media ain't the same. It really used to be fun, but now,
no,
it just gave voice to a lot of people that were. It just emboldened people, honestly. People that wouldn't even say this stuff into you in real life or do that stuff. Like, it just gave people like this platform. It used to be fun, like you say. It could, and it can be fun, but people use it to, just for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I think now the people that are being bullied, that were being bullied, are now more so your cyber people, because now they got a way to get their feelings out after being bullied for so long, and now they're cyber attacking, and it just gets worse and worse every year.
It does. But we're gonna go to break. If you got nothing else from that, raise your kids, stop being soft, and if your kid wants to fight adults, they can catch these hands. We'll be right back with more Herc's World. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to Herc's World. I'm none other than your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, the Big Herc. And I am joined by a panel of brilliant minds. I decided to title this episode, I forgot the name of it that fast.
Not so brilliant mind.
No, well, no. I called it a meeting of the minds is what I called it.
Okay.
That could change, but right now it's a meeting of the minds. So we just got done talking about the fight video. So we're gonna switch gears here a little bit. Also, if you've been living under a rock, you know Snowfall has ended. If you didn't watch Snowfall, it chronicles the rise and fall of one Franklin Saint in the crack game of the 80s and the 90s. Um, I have many different opinions about the ending. I will say this. I did not like the way Snowfall ended simply because I wanted Franklin to get his money back and kind of get the Frank Lucas the Frank Lucas treatment. Get your money back, go full legit. People kind of know what you used to do in the past, but you respect it in the hood, and but you give back to your community, and you ride off into the sunset. Um, that's how I wanted it to end. It didn't end like that. I don't know. By now you've probably seen it. If you haven't, just search
Oh,
Franklin Saint.
oh well.
This is me. I'm Patrick. I've been under a whole rock. So
The way it came out, or the way was written to me, was the government did exactly what that Franklin did. The government did to Franklin what they did to his dad. His dad turned out, went against. He was a Black Panther, and you know how the government felt about the Black Panthers. He became a alcoholic. He did get his life together after a while, but then he was killed by a CIA agent. And then at the end, Franklin pretty much ended up like his dad. I didn't like that. I was pissed off. But Coach Tise, how did y'all feel about it?
Go ahead, Coach.
Go ahead, T. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I like the ending because in typical Black movies, at the end, the guy either is going to get killed, the drug dealer is going to get killed, or he's going to go to jail. And I think the way they ended it, they didn't make it the typical way. So I like the ending. I thought it ended the best way it could. There was a lot of quotables in the dialogue between him and Leon. There was a lot of references that was made. So for me, I enjoyed the ending. Part of me, I kind of did I wanted him to get his money back, but that was before the last episode. Like I wanted him to get it, because of what transpired before the last episode. So I did want him to get his money back, but because I know Bria didn't see it, so without trying to give away so much.
No, feel free. Like, go ahead, because I'm one of the people that I would still go back and watch Snowfall. I think I maybe watched like half of the first season, but I would still go back and watch it because I know it was a good show. But
I just think storyline from season 1 up until the end. I don't think you'll find a show with such great writing, and then with the great writing, you had like really, really, really good damn actors and actresses. Like I think each person who played a big role on that show, I think they killed their role, and I think they got better as the seasons went on. And I think the way it ended, Teddy had to go. In my opinion, he had to go. I ain't gonna lie, I thought Louis had to go because of the way everything that was happening. But the best part about the last season to me was not only did they show, all right, this is how the government bringing drugs over here. This is how they think about you when you're selling it and using it. So what? Basically, Teddy said, I brought the drugs over here. I didn't make them kill each other. I didn't make them take the drugs. It's not my fault. And literally, that's what's been going on since the beginning of time in this country. And I think, Franklin sold the drug. He made the decision to sell them, But think about it. He was broke. He was poor. His family was poor. What you expect in them situations in the early '80s and in the '90s? That's all he saw was people who looked like they were happy. They had money. They were drug dealers, and that's what he did. And that's why I feel like at the end, by him not dying and by him not going to prison, I think honestly he got his justice. What happened to him was supposed to happen to him. That's how I feel. So that's just my take on the ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you
I
think,
think so
Tis?
too. I think that too. I think uh the it is typical to show either someone dying or going to jail because that is a real thing. I think those of us who grew up in the '90s and saw what that's why a part of me, I don't really like those kind of movies, shows, because I saw it firsthand, like with my family, and I from both ends, right? And I never cared to see it because I saw it in real time, and so it's either somebody is going to go to jail or someone is going to die, but they never do show the people that don't do both, and they're like a shell of themselves, and they really just like, man, you used to be the man back in the day, or like some people, like some women that used to be, you can see that they just what drugs did to them. And so I think that's another reality that we don't see a lot, that you might not go to jail, you might lose everything, and you become a shell of yourself. Like, it was just like unbelievable to see the transition that how they made him look compared to that. You think about all the seasons where he was the man, he was the big drug dealer, he had millions, and in a matter of a time, it just, they don't have like an exit plan. A lot of them don't have like a retirement plan, or what happens when I don't get this money. And without that, like, Franklin was nothing. And so he said, like Coach was saying with the quotables, he said he was free. And I guess in a sense that is his form of freedom, because now he don't have to worry about Teddy or the people that's after him and things like that. But I thought it was a great ending. I think the guy who plays Franklin, I can't think of his name right now, but I think he's amazing actor. And to think that he's not even from the States, and how he killed that LA accent was just like, he deserved every award. But we already know that's not gonna happen. But I thought it was dope.
So I feel like, and this is just me. Like, I watch Snowfall, I watch Power, watch Ghost, all that stuff. I feel like Franklin had an exit plan. Like, he was like, hey, I'm getting all this money. I'm gonna buy these properties. I'm gonna buy these buildings. That's gonna be my out. Like, I think in like season 4 or 5, he's like, hey, I want to get out. And because something happened with Teddy, he wasn't able to get out. So I feel like in some of these stories, it's like, okay, you say you want to get out, or you make the plans, or you try to go, like, or you try to do, or I call it the whole James St. Patrick, but you never really
Try
can
to go
get
legit.
away. Right, you really can't never get away from that life. It's kind of like embedded in you. Like you said, like, if you give me $73 million and then you take it, I'd probably go crazy like that too. Like, and but my question to y'all, and I saw it a lot on Twitter. Do y'all think Sissy did the right thing?
I'm torn because I'm like, I didn't like Teddy the whole time, because he just represented the government, and I just hated him the whole I hated him every season, like, more and more. So I did not feel bad about what happened to him at all. And I mean, I felt like I did want Franklin to get that money. I mean, my thing was just like, you want your life, fine, but I mean, it don't really matter. Like, Franklin was already gone. Like, he was I don't think that killing him before he got that money just was gonna have. I knew it was gonna have like a not the effect she thought it was gonna have. Like he was not gonna be Leon. So to know that he wasn't gonna be that, give him some money to put in your books, because now you in there just eating regular, you just eating regular food. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he told
I didn't like her doing that.
He told his mama, look, ma, you know you ain't never getting out, right? That shit was funny as hell. That was funny as hell, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Well, no. So the part that was and this was it was I laughed at that part, but the part that took me out was the one when she's killed, like the episode where she killed Teddy. She goes, "Where's Alton? What prison?" And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I shot him in the head and I buried him. You give a fuck?" I said, "No." I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
knew, and I knew right then and there. I was like, she about to kill this nigga for real.
Yeah.
Like he got after that shit, he gotta go. But no, if you have not watched Snowfall, it is officially over, so you can go back and binge watch all 6
I ain't
seasons.
no binging it. That'll probably be my next bingeable show, because that's one of them shows where it was so much going on social media where people are always ruining stuff anyway. So I'm like, you know what? I want to enjoy it once y'all don't care about it no more.
So before we move to the next topic, Snowfall, BMF, Power, Ghost, all those shows that we enjoy that have drug related topics and things like that. Do y'all ever have to kind of like take a step back and not watch, take a break from the shows, because it's kind of like you kind of get entangled in all the killing and the drug references? Because like I feel like that if you binge watch, because like I can literally I can literally sit and watch Law and Order SVU all day every day and be fine. But it's some people like I don't see how you sit there and watch that for 4 or 5 hours straight without kind of it warping your mind. So do y'all feel like that with certain shows?
Not in particular with like with Power and stuff like that. No, I mean I have my moments where, well, I don't watch it all the time. Like I'm one of those people who will record 2 or 3 episodes and then I'll go back and watch it. So I'm not just sitting in front of my TV just waiting for it to come on. Like I take a little break, I watch a couple episodes, and then I don't have to watch it for another couple weeks. And then when I ain't got nothing to do, cool, then I watch it. But I don't watch all of them because that can get overwhelming. So like Snowfall, BMF, I've never watched. Raising Kanan, I watched the first season, which was really good, but I didn't watch the rest of it. Now, Ghost, Power, those are the only ones that I kind of keep up with, but still, I'll record a couple episodes and then watch it. So I feel like shows like Law and Order or SVU, stuff like that would kind of trigger me more because that has more of the raping, the killing. It has so much going on with that. Like drugs, I don't know too much about it, so that doesn't like cause me to have to kind of push back. But like Law and Order and stuff, no, that actually does, because it's just so much that goes on.
I just started Law and Order SVU. I just really got into that, and I never really. I watch the NBC shows, but I watch like Chicago PD, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire. But I just started getting into the SVU, and that's really good because, like you say, it's the whole crime. It's the crime part, so I like that.
But those are also based on like they say they're not, but a lot of those be based on real events, like stuff that has actually happened, and they kind of turn it into their Law and Order SVU. And that's why I don't. It can get real triggering, and then you have so many. I think the only show that's similar to that I watched was like CSI Miami, stuff like that.
Yeah,
because I felt too, even with watching it, I guess I don't know if it's the lighting or whatever. It seems a little bit lighter to watch than SVU because it's always the dun dun dun. Like it's just so much with SVU, and I can't. That's not one of them shows I can watch all day.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah. I watch it because I know it's a good show, but I ain't trying to watch it all day. 2-3 episodes. Yeah. Do not marathon me.
I'm a binge watch type person, so I can take a Saturday morning, and depends on what show it is, I can watch it from like 9 in the morning to like noon or 1 o'clock, and I can get it
in. I'm a binger. I'll sit so I literally I'll start a show. And I need a show that got a good 5-6 episodes so I can kind of just get lost into it. Like I don't like the way Netflix does stuff now. Like oh, we're gonna give you the first 6 episodes and then you gotta wait.
Oh yeah,
I got time for this.
I like that they do that now. I actually like that they do that because it gives me something to look forward to. Because I'm just sitting here wasting away and watching Netflix for hours and hours, and I'm like, Bri, you've accomplished nothing today. Like you had stuff you needed to do, and you accomplished nothing because Netflix have given you 20 episodes of bullshit.
Let me ask y'all, what's the last thing y'all binge watched?
Say it again.
What's the last thing y'all binge watched?
Oh, me. Shadow and Bone. That show.
What is that?
That's on Netflix. Something weird. I love a lot of like magical, mystical type stuff, or like Viking, or like even like Game of Thrones type stuff. Okay. So Shadow and Bone, when I tell you, was so freaking good, I highly recommend. And it's all about like kind of really mythical, kind of witchy type stuff. There's like this big black kind of hole that's kind of taken over in between a state where it became 2 different type of things, and they're trying to get rid of it. But I highly recommend. Hold
on. The last thing I binge watched was Beef.
Okay.
And I one of my high school friends, we kind of just go back and forth recommending shows. I saw people talking about Beef, and we'll talk about that later. But the last thing I sat down and actually I finished it before we got on here was Beef. Before that, I binge watched Ted Lasso, which is on Apple TV. Okay. And then before that Ted Lasso is pretty good. And then Your Honor is before that. If y'all haven't watched Your Honor on Showtime,
that's great. That's a great show.
Check that out. Check out Your Honor.
That's a great show.
So Your Honor is basically and I'm gonna be honest, like if you are of the melanated persuasion, you may watch Your Honor and get pissed off.
Yeah.
You know, because it's basically one of them shows where you're like, how the fuck do these fucking white people keep getting away with this shit?
I don't need nothing triggering. I don't.
It's
most definitely gonna trigger you. I'm just gonna be
and hurt, and it's not just white people, but like Italians connected. The mob. It's a good show. It's a really.
But you see how with the mob movies, like they're kind of like glorified compared to like like black movies. They it's a different one. Like the drug and gang world is like it's so like it is bad either way. But like when it comes to mob stuff, they glorify it. Like it's Sopranos and all that stuff. Like they make it seem like it's cool when these people are like legit like murder maniacs. Like they're doing the same thing that the black boys are doing. They actually are probably funding the black boys, to be quite honest. But they just it has a different I guess just I don't know. It's not viewed with the same kind of anger or whatever. But.
Is Your Honor? Is that the show that what's his name? Peanut. Does he? That's what he play. Okay. Okay.
Who is Peanut?
He's actually from here.
Okay.
He got his start from doing like these terrible car ads. It's all good motor. very bad. But then he kind of moved up into doing like various movies, and I think now he has a reoccurring role on Your Honor. And I said that would probably be the only reason why I watch it, just to support, because I know he's from here.
Okay.
So yeah, it's so you most definitely check out Your Honor.
Yeah.
Truth Be Told is another good one. That's on Apple TV.
I gotta check that out.
So check out Truth Be Told. I think and I can't think of her name right now. It's the she played it's the maid from the Help that made the pie with the shit in it.
Oh,
Octavia, yeah, Octavia something, but I can't think of it. But y'all know what I'm talking about. She plays the lead, one of the lead characters in there.
Octavia Spencer. That's her
Octavia
name.
Spencer.
Yeah.
And Mekhi Phifer's in it too.
Well, I like Mekhi.
So.
Mekhi still fine.
I think he aging pretty well compared to some other people. So yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all not watched that man on Kanan? His face got fat and stuff.
That's Mike Epps.
What? You right?
Mike
My
Epps.
bad.
You know what?
Omar Epps.
Omar Epps. You right.
You know what?
People
They
mix them
all
up all the
look
time.
like.
Yeah. So, and then now, and this is going. If you haven't watched the episode of Power, you probably want to fast forward this. But
I watched it.
I watched it.
Do y'all really believe that Mike from the Wood can be a connect? Like, I just don't. He don't look scary to me. Like
all I see is Mike from the Wood. That's all.
Right,
I see.
like I see him doing the what's the little dance?
Yeah, that's all I see, bro.
You know what? That's probably 50 Cent just trying to get people back in front of
He do that a lot.
Give him a chance, which honestly I can appreciate 50 for doing. As terrible as that man is, as far as the trolling, I like that he gives people a shot. And almost everybody on all of his shows are people we've never seen before, and he only has like a few kind of big hit names to kind of bring attention. So I mean, I like it.
Let me just go on record. This may or may not get me canceled. But I just want y'all to know. Let me start by saying I love my people of the LGBTQ plus community. Mm-hmm. I do. I love y'all. But if I have to sit through one more fucking week of Drew getting cheeks, I'm gonna fucking scream. Drew fucked more than a nigga fresh out of jail.
This is true.
Can we get like that? I know they did give us like Diana got finally let the dude from Proud Family hit. We got that Tariq, got it too. But if I gotta see Drew one more week, I'm writing a letter. Because I'm tired of this shit.
Like, you don't want to see Drew, but I don't want to see Tariq. And I say that because to me, Tariq is like a kid. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why are we watching a sex scene with some babies? I would rather watch Drew than Tariq. I'm like, you know what? He just looks too much like a kid to me. So I don't want to look into your room.
He's like a little baby. He's still
He's a baby.
Creative writers of power. I will start a petition. Even he got to show the whole thing. I know she'll never see. She gonna see this one day and be like, "Why is niggas campaigning for this?" But if y'all can get light skinned Keisha to do one of them scenes,
you know what everybody keeps saying.
I approve of that. Herc,
just one. Just it could be 6 seconds.
For me.
I think
you get a dub for me.
Really make a name for herself, and I love her in Power because I didn't really know who light skinned Keisha was until she was on. I think it was Love and Hip Hop I was watching,
Yeah, she was on one of those.
Yeah, she was on Love and Hip Hop, and I couldn't stand her on there. So when I first seen her on Power, honestly, it didn't even correlate in my mind that they were the same person. I was like, wait a minute, she looks familiar. And I'm like, oh, this is the girl that I really don't even like on other stuff, but she's doing a really good job. So I wouldn't want her to do a sex scene right now if she's really building a name for herself.
She's married to that rapper. I'm sorry, she's married to that rapper. I forgot his name, but she's yeah, I saw on Love and Hip Hop too. That's where I first saw her. But her acting has gotten better this season. I will say that
it does. It has.
It's gotten a lot better.
Man, she needs to just show us a cheek. That's all, man.
Right. And it got to be a whole, you know.
She can show you her BBL.
Who?
Her BBL.
It don't matter. That's fine too.
You know, that's fine too. I'm not gonna complain.
Y'all should care. Y'all should have some standards about yourself.
A cheek is a cheek. All cheeks, cheeks is a cheek. Okay.
Right. You know, whether you bought it or it's natural, it looks amazing. I'm just tired of seeing Drew. Like, this man. Like, you would think Drew did a 5-year bid. And he fresh out the way every other episode he in somebody like, bro, come on, man.
He's definitely getting it in.
Like,
he's busting. Drew busting.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's going through that stage where he's trying to prove that he's more than just a gay dude. Like, he's trying to prove to folks like, I got this. So he just out here doing what he feels like men do. And what do men do? Be fucking.
It don't matter if you gay or you straight. That's what dudes do. Like that. This is how they cope with the real world, is to not think about the real world. We just gonna start fucking.
Yep.
We gonna fuck anything.
I guess I never thought about it like that, but please stop showing Drew fucking.
You just don't want to see it.
Like, you know, the first. Now, and I will say this. This is gonna balloon into another topic, but do y'all feel like, because it is more accepted now to be a part of that community, that we are seeing more and more representation of that community in spaces where I don't want to say we really don't need it.
No, we don't need it. No,
but it's like, did you have like did this character have to be, you know, part of that community? Like, could we have done? Could we have went this whole show without, you know, a same-sex conversation or you know, something like that?
You know, I was having this conversation with one of my friends like last week, and you know me, I'm the same. Love LGBTQ community, no problem. But I do feel like it's kind of pushed on us a lot more. And just prime example, just say like cartoon. Like, this is supposed to be kid stuff. Not every adult or household wants their child to be exposed to it so early. So back when we were watching TV, we had Rugrats. Like, we knew that Phil and Mama was a little manly. But she But if you look at the new episodes of Rugrats that come on like the streaming services of like Paramount and stuff like that, she got a whole wife. Like, they actually put it out there now. But like, subliminally, we knew that she was different, but now they just really putting it out there. Like, I have absolutely no problem with anybody in the community, because I have plenty of people in my circle. But it is definitely, it doesn't have to be in every single thing. Like, I mean, Black people aren't represented the best way in everything. Neither are white people. Any other, like, why is it always specific? And then if you say something wrong, like I said, you're canceled.
Right.
But, that's my take on it.
I feel like too, like the people that we know in our community that are, like of that community, they don't. To me, it's like almost second. Like, people that I know that's gay, right? They don't start off with being gay. Like, they don't need conversations with, you know, just being with gay stuff. They just talk regularly. Like, I feel like
Yep.
the shows now, they try to, like y'all said, force it instead of just making it natural. Like, gay people live a normal life. They work like us. They go to the bathroom like us. You don't have to try to show like the gay part when they already a part of our lives already. So you don't even have to. And most of the ones that I know, they don't want you to like, that's the second part of them. Like, they are this person that just happens to be gay, and
Right.
so, but TV don't treat it that way. TV wants to say, look, he's gay, he's gay. We get it. Drew is gay. We do not have to have every 30 seconds of the first episode to see him with his legs open. We don't need it. Like, I don't get it. We don't.
I mean, like, and I use the example. If you watch P Valley, everybody know Uncle Clifford is gay.
Yeah.
But do we have to have Lil Murder just bend him over every 3 episodes like this? Like, come on, like,
Hey,
do we have to see
I'm
that?
gonna be honest with you. I love P Valley because I love the writing and I like the acting. But I fast forward. I just get it out the way because like, and I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with gay people, but on screen when I'm watching the show, I just don't want to really see all that. I just fast forward it, man. And because one thing about these networks, they're gonna I don't want to say promote, but they're gonna show this because nowadays these actors and these network heads, these presidents, they are united with the LGBT community, and they have a voice. They're united. They organize better than probably what us black people should be doing.
That
And
part.
and then and if you have a problem with what they do or how they live, you're gonna hear about it, and they're gonna find a way to make the appropriate amount of noise. So now going forward, we're gonna see this. We see it on If you watch shows on BET, you see it. If you watch shows on Stars, Showtime, HBO, it's like it's nowhere around it. Daytime soap opera, it's just nowhere around it now. Like we're gonna see this more and more now.
Yep. And I think you made a really good point because the LGBTQ community, they stick together. No matter what. Like if there's any type of just community uproar, they finna shut everything down for everybody. Versus, just us as a whole black community. We don't do that. We're so divided within our community. They don't have to portray us in a positive light because we're not gonna do anything.
Right.
But the other communities, oh baby, they sticking together and we're gonna make some real noise. And so that's why I feel like they're getting portrayed more and more on TV. But I think it is, like I said, it is kind of pushed, and I don't think it's a full accurate portrayal. Like Uncle Clifford's character, I think that's a pretty decent portrayal. Like he is who he is without actually having to fully be out there. He's still a man. He still has some type of voice, but yeah, we got to do better as a people. We got to do better so we can
That's
be
a whole
2-hour
show right there. Us doing better.
We would be here for a while.
Yeah.
But man, we're gonna go to break. Stay tuned. I'm about to get a little messy just because I can do that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Herc's World. I am none other than your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, the Big Herc. And if she says I'm not, I wanted to use like one of my grandma's or auntie's words for a young lady of the night, but I couldn't think of one.
A harlot?
A Jezebel.
That Jezebel is a liar. There you go. But no, I'm talking to Bri, Tise, and Coach Moe this week. Coach Moe and Tise are the hosts of Some of This, Some of That podcast. Bri, her podcast is in hiatus.
But it was called How We Living.
But it's called How We Living. Mm-hmm. And if we're being honest, we hinted earlier that how hard it was being a content creator and a podcast host, and there are a lot of black podcasts, and now
Mhm.
I find myself kind of biting a lot of, not, I don't even want to call it biting, but borrowing things from other podcasts that seem to work for them. I listen to some of this, some of that. I listen to How We Living. I listen to T-Pain, Nappy Boy Radio. I listen to the Dignified Delinquents, and I feel like all y'all's podcasts have something that I could borrow that makes Herc's World better, and the platform that we own. So, here's what I want to do. I'm gonna shut up. I know that's hard for y'all. I know that's hard for y'all to hear. Like, damn, Herc finna shut up. I know I don't do it a lot, but I'm gonna let Coach Moe and Tise take over this part of the show, just because I want to be on the other side of the panel. So what y'all want to talk about?
I got a question, and me and Tease, we talked about this on our podcast. So everybody's familiar with Carisha and Diddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember,
Yes.
remember when they first got together, whatever. So now they're broken up.
I'm gonna say officially.
Yeah, Carisha said they're friends. So how do y'all feel about open relationships?
Ew. I don't. Let me get my thoughts. Let me get my thoughts. Wait a minute. Herc, go ahead.
So, me personally, I'm too lazy for an open relationship.
We sure.
And I'm gonna be like, okay, so if you didn't know, I was married for 7 years, divorced, led a double life like R. Kelly, for a couple of those, the last couple years. That shit was some of the most exhausting shit ever. Um, and it's and I now and I say exhausting because, like, at a certain point I just said fuck it. I don't care no more. Like, if you catch me, you catch me. Because trying to keep up this facade of like, hey, I'm going over here, but I'm really over here. Or I'm going here, but I'm really over here. It's just too much for me. And then so one, I came to a relationship because I'm lazy. Two, I'm selfish. I like attention when I want attention. Like, if I got to split my time or attention between two people, it just ain't gonna work for me. And then it'll be my luck that the two women become really, really close, and they cycle sync up, and I can't get this from that one, and then I gotta
Listen,
wait a
because it
week, and
happens. It happens.
It's a real thing.
like then I'm just gonna be pissed off because I'm like, damn, I should be able to go to one, but the other one, and then if we get to that, if we get to the intimate part, this may sound wrong, but the very second I hear a different type of moan I've never heard before, now we got to stop and we got to have a conversation, because now I want to hit you in the back of your head, because why you don't make that noise when I do shit like that? So I'm lazy and I'm too jealous for an open relationship. But that's just me.
I mean, okay, so when you say open relationship pretty much means that we have an understanding that we're doing whatever we're doing outside of this relationship, but home is still home. That's just cheating. That's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're in an open relationship, that means y'all have literally sat down and openly had a discussion about pretty much rules and regulations of what you do outside of the home. Whatever openness y'all choose to do, that's on y'all. And it has its pros, it has its cons. So, like, her married 5 years, literally recently divorced, like recently. And I've been living kind of on my own for 2 years. So within that first year, I explored the poly thing, because I was one of those people who don't generally, I like the attention of several different people, not several, but I like the attention of different people, not necessarily on the sexual level, but may just be conversation, may just be entertainment, going out, little things like that. Different people for different things. I tried that. It was cool, but being that I just technically the main chick, then that's kind of how we kind of faulted. But as far as open relationship, I'm for it, because I also believe that not everybody is meant to be monogamous, and it's selfish, and not selfish, but I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself if I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to be in this monogamous relationship, and I know I'm going to be the best person this person has ever been. Like it does, but I'm not fully getting fulfilled. It's not going to work, which is kind of how my marriage ended in a sense. Honestly, we had the conversation about openness of a relationship and things of that nature, but then it started to teeter along on the cheating side versus actually being open. Because I feel like if you're in an open relationship, it should be, hey, babe, I did such and such with such and such last night, and we're not having any type of argument. This is us having a conversation, because we know we set these rules in place. You know what I'm doing. You know who I'm with. There's no lying with it. So if you have to lie, you're not in an open relationship. You're literally cheating on your spouse. I don't have time for cheating. I've been down that route too. Both he and I, we've been down that route. But I'm all for open relationship if it's an actual relationship first. Y'all are good, y'all set in stone, but then you really want to kind of explore other different things. Like I get that. Like I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Moses knows what I'm gonna say. I am not.
Yeah, I already know.
I am a little too psycho to be open to it. So no, I'm open to open communication. Right. Yeah. So you can, but if we decide to be in a relationship, then I'm old school in that way, where it's just gonna be me and you. We've been, obviously we all been in relationships where they've been open, and that wasn't what I signed up for. So but I mean, I don't judge anybody, because like Bri said, everybody, that ain't, being one person ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just have to find that person that's okay with just it being me and him. But I mean, if we're not in a relationship, though, it's different. If we're dating and we got those different rules, we can do what we want to do. But if we're actually in a relationship, I prefer that it be closed between
to the masses.
Just me and him. And if the communication is there, which I hope it is, where it's something that he wants to explore, he can at least tell me that, and then let me say yes or no. Right? Yeah. Don't just be in an open relationship and like you're open and I'm not. Like that's not fair. Right. So yeah, it's not my thing, but I'm not people who was this for, it worked for some people, but I don't think I'm too I'm not a needy person, but I do like I don't want my attention like split between me and somebody else in a relationship, because I don't feel like you'll I want to get as much as you as possible. Yeah. Right? I don't want to share you if I don't have to. So that's my
thing. I think it's the emotional thing. Like like if you out here, like I said, we have a conversation and we have these rules set in place. Like if you're out and you want to go sleep with this female, okay, rules are there is literally there's no emotions behind it. If you need to get your rocks off and you whatever you need to do, go right ahead. Right. But be protected. Make sure your home is first and foremost is taken care of. Don't be out here willy-nilly bringing stuff back into the house. Don't do that. That part. But I think it becomes a whole different ball game if an emotional attachment is created outside in that openness. Like, because most guys, let's be honest, when they be like, oh, open relationship, they just trying to go fuck on whoever trying to fuck on them.
Right.
They really don't give a fuck about them.
Right.
So, and if that's the case, child, do what you got to do, because your Go through whatever stage you need to go through. I don't have time for it. Is the bills paid? Great. I don't have time. I don't feel like stressing over somebody else's desires. Like if you clearly don't think that I can fulfill it fully, do what you have to do. Because then you eventually gonna come back home and see what ain't shit out there. There isn't. But I think as soon as that emotional attachment is created outside of the home, that's where the biggest problem comes in. And then that's for the male to actually step up and be truthful about it. Like damn, babe, I think I fucked up. I think I went a little too far in the openness. I became more openness with my heart and my penis. So now we gotta juggle. And then that openness, then at that point, now it becomes cheating because you're gonna start hiding stuff from me now.
So if you just getting your rock, I can deal with the cheating of, just getting your rocks off. But like you said, that emotional connection, you love this hoe? No.
No.
You went too far, sir.
This old Jezebel, you out here fucking?
What?
She said, "You love this hoe."
No, we don't love these hoes. That's what they supposed to be for. If you was doing that, I can almost deal with that, but I cannot deal with you being in love with this lady. Like we are done. You love her for real? That would probably, like, if I went through my guy phone and he's telling the lady he loved him, I would be more distraught. Like I'd rather see him sending his dick and stuff. Like just. I'd rather see that, but to see you love her,
Herc over there turning red. If she could turn red, Herc could turn red right now.
I'm just saying, I would be distraught if that was like the case. Like I'm like, what are we doing?
that was my issue. Like we didn't have an open marriage because it wasn't nothing that we agreed to or anything. But we did have an incident where I looked through his phone, wasn't really trying to find anything, but it was there. And that's what I found. You were telling somebody else that you loved them. The attention that I needed at that moment, you were giving to somebody else. And so, that pissed me off. But at the same time, I still kept a level head. And because I know the feeling of needing that emotional connection with somebody if you're not getting it home. So when as I told him, I don't fault you for that. Because we had been through a lot, like having a kid, me going through postpartum. It was just a lot. So I understood that the person that you needed me to be at that moment, I couldn't be. So you were seeking it elsewhere. But then you took it a little step further and you really made a connection with somebody else while I'm literally at home, kind of like just in my own head. And so that part is what made it worse. But I didn't fault him for it, forgave you for it. Like, no,
you're a superwoman.
I'm not. I'm drowning. I'm trying.
I am not mature. I am so not that mature, and I know I'm older than you. I am so immature in that area. I cannot. I am not like. I'm trying to master being that calm because it's just like I already know I ain't all up there. Like,
basically what she's saying, she's psycho to all the listeners.
I'm not psycho, but my problem is I do not know when to bring it down sometimes. So I
psycho.
No, it's
never been like so mad where I'm like been violent. I've never done that. Like I don't hit people and I don't destroy property, but I probably say vile things. Like, and I don't like that.
I feel like you done bust a couple windows out some cars.
I did it. I promise y'all I have it. I promise
I think I had got to just kind of at a breaking point with an ex, not my ex-husband, but like just an ex in general. And I didn't bust no windows. I ain't do none of that. But I tried to damage clothes, and then I really drunk a lot that night. And so I messed up like the apartment that I lived in. I messed some stuff up to the point where we had this big screen TV. I took it. I was like, fuck it. I took it. Police called. I gave the TV to one of my guy friends. He was literally just a friend. I gave the TV to him. Man, fuck the shit. And I was like, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to I don't want to allow somebody else to get me to that point.
Absolutely.
But it's deep down, it's in there. We're all a little crazy. If you push the right buttons, we're gonna fuck some shit up. But the goal is to try not to. Like, yeah.
So two things. If y'all are watching this on YouTube, yes, I almost spit out the liquor that was in my cup when T said, "You love this hoe." That I'm clipping that shit. That shit. That's most definitely gonna be a clickable. So that's one. Two. This is the part of the show where I tell y'all to slide in folks' DMs. At your own risk. So y'all have heard some things so far, and y'all can see who these women are.
Don't
Slide
slide
it.
on
Okay, look.
Don't do it because everybody that has slid this week has been slid out. Okay, don't.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this. Slide and Tise DM.
Oh Lord.
If you need
All
to.
right.
I can't. So being who I am and knowing who I know, I can't tell y'all to slide and Bri DM because I'm slightly scared of the person. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. I'm not scared of him. I'm scared like when we work out together, what he may or may not say to do, and I ain't no punk bitch, so I'm gonna do it. So don't slide in. If you slide in DM, just say I saw you on another podcast. Don't say it was from me.
Mm.
So but slide DMs. But no, like so I feel like, and just kind of piggyback. I feel like in my marriage, maybe if there was a conversation about being open, it may have gone a little differently. But on the flip side, I kind of feel like, well, hey, like I wasn't really just happy with it. I wasn't getting the attention and the support that I felt like I needed and deserved. And I, like Bri Centrell did, I went and found it somewhere else. And that connection was built, and we just went along with that connection.
Yeah.
So could a conversation been had? Sure. Would she probably agree to it?
Sure.
Probably not. But at least I don't know. So I say this. I feel like she may have agreed to it, but it would have been one of them things like, I'm just doing this because this is what my husband wants, as opposed to I really agree with this. And that probably would have made it worse too, because you don't really agree with this. You just going with it because you think this is what I want. Like, so I feel like if you decide to have an open relationship or marriage, the conversation does need to be had from a genuine place where y'all both feel comfortable. Like, hey, is this something we both can deal with? Because like y'all heard me say, I'm selfish. I'm selfish. I'm spoiled. And I don't condone hitting women, but the very first time I feel like there's a connection, I might have to knock your hips in and wash and dry. But figuratively.
But even with that, like you won't be able. You can't have a, in a sense, good open relationship if your home relationship, your primary, your marriage is not good. Like it's not going to work, because literally that's just you asking for permission to go cheat and try to find somebody else while my wife is over here doing this, doing that, but I got permission to go still search around and fuck other people, date other people, getting to actually know these other people, which then creates those feelings, which ultimately just throws your marriage out the window.
Right.
Like if home ain't good, there's no way for you to actually have an open relationship. You either fix home or dismantle it completely.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, I guess for me, like, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't the most secure person, so it wasn't gonna work for me. That's number one.
I think his audio cut out.
Did we lose Coach again?
Coach.
He had the worst. His internet worse than mine, and my internet is normally good. So I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like today y'all gonna see me is the episode of Love and Hip Hop where Ray J was telling me that the camera he had on he was looking different. That's gonna be me. Basically, that was me this episode. I went from my phone to my headphones. So yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I normally
Coach, you
be
bet. Okay,
here.
he bet.
All right.
No, what I was saying, like for me, I know I ain't the most secure person, so I could never do an open relationship. And then secondly, I don't have the money for it. I don't have the time,
Yeah.
and I'm old, so I already know I can't give all my energy to two people. So I know that.
I
So
can bet. Look, I barely got enough energy for the one person I
yeah,
have to deal with. Like
exactly.
you want me to go out and find like and like I said, I'm lazy. I can
Mhm.
talk to people, but I'm too lazy to be trying to maintain a
Yeah,
relationship at home and
Mhm.
then this relationship over here, and then you may or may not have caught feelings, and so
yeah.
open relationships ain't gonna work for me. Um, but I will say this for the guys and the girls that are listening that may or may not be a little slow. Um, Coach brought up two very valid points. One, he said he's not secure enough for that. So if you got insecurities, an open
Don't.
relationship ain't gonna work for you. That's
Yeah.
one. Two, most of these people that are in open relationships have money. So if you know you a tax time baller, or you living basically check to check, or
hmm
you waiting on your link card to hit on the first of the month, maybe an open relationship ain't for you.
hmm
Mm-mm.
I know it's about to be summertime and it's about to get a little warm outside. Go hire you a hot girl summer, hot boy summer
That's
by
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come back, y'all get together back in the fall when it's about to get a little cold. But
Mhm.
if you can't, if you are not financially, I don't even want to say stable. If you ain't financially fit, don't
Preach.
try to don't try to do an overlay shit because
It ain't gonna
you
work.
trying to you trying to pay bills at the house to keep your person at the house happy. Then you out here at the club or the bar buying drinks, buying shots to keep up a persona.
Mhm.
And I can only
Preach.
speak for me. If I'm supposed to be taking care of home and I miss a payment on a bill, I'm not. They ain't letting it. Why you ain't pay that bill? Like you
Mhm.
out here popping bottles and shit, but the lights gonna get cut off.
Mhm.
That ain't gonna
Facts.
slide.
Facts.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it you can't want to live like a celebrity like Will Smith and all these other folks, and you ain't got Will Smith mindset or money.
Right.
Right.
So do with that information what you will, but be
Mhm.
careful.
PSA from Herc.
Oh, also, in just in case, another thing, divorces, unless you know somebody to know somebody to know somebody, are high as fuck.
Mhm.
How do
Making
I
it
know?
expensive,
How do
especially
I?
with kids.
How do I know divorce is high as fuck? I'm divorced. So,
I second that, but granted, you know, he got to cover everything, but I was like, yeah, no.
and this is no knock to and I say this from a very nice place. There's no knock to the ex-wife, but when you in a situation where you may not be ready for said divorce,
Mhm.
you might want to do what you need to do to try to stay married,
Uh-oh.
No, not
Uh-oh.
necessarily.
Uh-oh.
Mm,
or
I
or
don't.
at least or at least put yourself in a position to be okay when you get divorced.
That part. If
Yeah.
I think if you know you're leading up to that and you know that's something that's coming, then yes, both the man and the woman should be already setting themselves up to be able to be a singular again. But I mean, no one plans for divorce. Like literally no one plans for it. Like it literally just happens. And for us, it's been a 2-year separation. And honestly, we finalized the divorce next week. Like we literally are just now finalizing everything because we didn't file until the end of last year. But me and my ex, we good. You know, we don't have any beef. We just realize we're growing in two different directions, and that's okay. Like that's my dude. Like we still good.
Good.
And I do hope that he gets to find that person for him, and eventually I will too. But right now I am single, not trying to mingle, tired of people. um, and I'm just we both just living, raising our baby.
I got two. Pick me. I got two questions.
What you want, bro?
One, you having a party? You having a divorce party like them white folks?
No, because that's for people who are bitter. I ain't bitter. That's
Okay.
still like I said, we are still friends. Like I talk to this man almost every day. Like
this because y'all gotta talk. Well,
no, we don't have to talk.
That's true.
I literally don't have to talk to you because we have a schedule lined out. So when it comes to the baby girl, she's taken care of. I don't have to talk to you. But if it's something I'm calling you to, hey fool, I just seen this or anything like that, then we can do that. But we don't have to have a conversation. There's still a few things that we need to have whole heart conversations about, and I think that's probably the biggest issue that we had in our marriage. The communication was just not there for either of us, and just now really thinking about it, I don't think either one of us really had that wall tore down for us to be able to be vulnerable with each other wholeheartedly. And that was ultimately, I feel like, was our downfall. Like, forget everything that had happened outside of the marriage. We just didn't communicate how I feel like we honestly should have.
Yeah.
So
no party.
No party. No party, bro. If anything, we'll have a party together.
And that's why y'all are crazy. Question 2. Since there is no party, I forgot the question that damn fast.
See?
It probably wasn't that important. So, but there's no party. Don't slide it. Don't slide in her DMs, glide in her DMs. With caution.
Lightly tiptoe, because I promise you're gonna be very disappointed.
Tiptoe in the DM. Ison, don't kill me. I love you, bro. But and as transparent as I like to be on Herc's, where like I tell like Bria's soon to be ex-husband is one of my best friends.
Oh wow, okay.
My ex-wife is one of Bria's close friends. I don't want to say best friends, but close friends. So like we kind of mingle in some of the same circles. But to be able to kind of like have a healthy conversation, to me, is something that a lot of couples that divorce or break up don't really or can't really have. Do I eventually want to get to that point where I can have a healthy conversation and be to the point where I can, call myself like, hey, did you see this? This shit's funny. Or, build that healthy co-parent relationship? Of course. But until then, I'm not gonna say that. Just we working on it.
We're working on it. It's coming.
She been playing traffic.
Damn.
No, I'm playing. I'm just playing. I shouldn't say. I shouldn't say things like that.
You shouldn't.
Anyway, we're going to break. Before I get in trouble, you listen to Herc's World. I can't be petty when I want to be. Welcome back to Herc's World, man. I am none other than your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, the Big Herc. And I am joined by the host of some of that podcast, Tise and Coach Moe. And I'm joined by the homie Bri. And we talked about a little bit of everything. So before we get up out of here, there is another show on Netflix that I kind of want y'all to. I'm not gonna spoil it because people are still watching it, but I'm gonna give y'all the premise of it. The show is called Beef, and all these different things happen based on a road rage incident. You've driven to Chicago, you driven in Memphis. Um, if you've ever driven in Memphis, you know these niggas cannot drive. If you've ever driven on a Dan Ryan or in Chicago or the Stevenson, you know them niggas can't drive either.
Mhm.
But without giving too much of the story away, there's a road rage incident between two individuals, and because of the road rage incident, a lot of other different points or things happen. So it's basically like a cause and effect. Because of the road rage, um, people get cheated on.
Jeez.
People die. People get shot at. People go to jail. All type of just weird, crazy shit. My question to y'all is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your road rage?
It depends on what day you catch me. Because I have days where it's up there, and that's normally because I've been annoyed by everything, and that was my last straw.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I can keep it at a solid 4. But it can get up to about 8 or 9. I try not to get to a 10
Jeez.
because that's when people start shooting. And normally my kid is in the car, so I have to always think about, I can't be out here doing all this extra stuff because this person will piss me off on the road that I ain't gonna never see again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a solid 4 on a regular day.
Well, you know what I'm about to say. Fuck them kids. But Steve, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your road rage?
Honestly, it's probably like a 2.
Mhm.
I'm a like Miss Daisy type driver. Like, I don't really get to. My anger probably just stays within the car. Like I'll cuss somebody out, but I've never got to the point where I want to speed up and then make eye contact with that person and throw them the bird or. I haven't done that yet. I usually just like I'll be like, this person doesn't need it. Like, I'll say crazy stuff in the car, but I haven't gotten to the point where I've actually had any interaction with somebody because people are crazy and it's just like people are really unhinged. And I feel like people driving to work or driving from work, like that work, that emotion going to work is like you already have a level of tension probably, and then coming off you have a level of tension. So it's just like people that's in those situations are already crazy and unhinged. So you know what? I ain't gonna play with y'all because I want to get home to my cat and
safely.
safely. That's where we get. So I'll probably say I'm a 2. I ain't trying to hurt nobody.
Okay. Coach.
I don't really have road rage, man. I live in Chicago, so nowadays everybody carrying in Chicago. So
Man.
I just, you know what? You cut me off, all right, bro. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time over here on the west side, if somebody cutting you off, they trying to get away from another motherfucker. So you just,
and don't got insurance
and don't have insurance. You know what I'm saying? In the car, I may call you a silly, goofy motherfucker, but other than that, I don't. Yeah, I ain't trying to speed up to you, trying to give you a few words of encouragement when I let down my window. I don't really have no road rage like that.
Yeah.
I've never pulled up on the side of nobody. I've been known to call a person a stupid motherfucker. With the kid in the car. People are crazy, but I know I tend to be a chill person when I'm driving. Like, if you ever see me driving, it's usually like I'm usually in mid concert mode anyway. But if you just doing stupid shit, like my biggest pet peeve when I'm driving, and most people may not understand it, but my dad was one of them folks, like he would get on the road and just drive. And I inherited that from him. If you are on a highway, you're supposed to drive regular speed in the right lane.
Right.
The left lane is for when you pass folks or you go
Right.
around them. I hate when folks just be cruising in the left lane. This shit irks my nerves. And when I see people do it, it just makes me want to just flip their ass off and be like, you stupid asshole. Like, drive, get over here. Come over here and drive regularly. Get out the fast lane because now you hold me up.
So technically, the fast lane, like, is it the actual fast lane, or is it just something that we just kind of come? I always wondered that because when I was, taking my driver test, that wasn't on there. I'm just saying. So I drive whatever speed I want in any lane.
I mean, so granted, I got my license in Mississippi. They drive a little different down there. But I can drive on the Dan Ryan and the Stevenson, and I can drive in Memphis. Most folks, I say this, most folks in Memphis can't drive when it's dry outside. But they get the most courage when, oh wait, there's an ice storm coming. Let me put my 98 Infinity on the road with the ball tires.
And then speed. And they had a nerve to try to speed. I'm like, really, y'all? And them the folks that honestly the karma hit them before I could even pull up. Y'all finna have a spin out. And I'm just and here I am driving by, look at you and just keep on going. Because with road rage here, like I actually had a cousin, RIP to him, who was a victim of just really bad road rage. He someone hit him and he decided, you know what, dude, don't even worry about it. We ain't gotta do this. And literally just left, didn't even worry about getting the insurance, left. Literally, probably not even a mile or two up the street, shot up his car.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, so this is what we're doing in Memphis. Like, y'all really don't care about nobody's life.
Yeah. That's why I have road rage at 2.
That's why I keep it low, because again, you never know what this person over here, like they probably just as bad as mine or even worse. So they just need to let it out on somebody and it end up being me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm straight.
Well, I'm gonna keep having my concerts in the car.
Do that.
I'm singing the lead in the background.
Definitely.
But if you end up, I'm you a stupid motherfucker. If you a stupid motherfucker, but I'm not gonna let you know you're a stupid motherfucker. I'm not gonna honk my horn. I'm not gonna flip you off, but you still a stupid motherfucker because you interrupt my concert. So, topic or pop culture social media thing number 2. Here's a premise. This one's for the ladies. You have a best friend, and y'all are out of the bar. Y'all kicking it. A guy approaches you because he thinks, a guy approaches you, y'all get together, blah, blah, blah. You're planning a birthday party for the guy that approached you in a bar because now y'all about to get married. Your best friend was there when he approached you, and you asked your best friend, "Hey, what you wearing to the party? Because I really want you to come, but I really don't want you to outshine me. So I need to see what you wearing." The reason she asked you this is because the dude that approached you in the club, y'all being open and honest, y'all had a conversation like, "Hey, I only talked to you because I kind of felt like your friend was out of my league, so I came to you." So you tell your friend, "Hey, I don't need you outshining me on my fiance's birthday. Can you kind of tone down your attire?" Do you stop being friends with this person? Or do you tone down your attire, or you just kind of be like, you need to stop being insecure. I'm more what the fuck I want to wear.
Ooh.
Spicy.
My thing would be, why did you wait so long? Why did you wait to this man's birthday to come to me with something like this? Like y'all don't got together, y'all done dated, y'all clearly prospering in a relationship. Why are you coming to me with this now? When you should have said something the night at the club when you met him. So I would honestly be upset. I'd be
Well, not to cut you off, but I don't think they had the conversation till after, months after they met at the club. As far as like the girlfriend, the fiance, and the fiance, the soon to be married couple, they didn't have that conversation about the friend until months later.
So as the female who came to her then, since it's been months later, honestly, I wouldn't have even, if it were me, I wouldn't have even said anything. But that also shows, the insecurities that, everybody have. Women definitely a lot when it comes to feeling lesser than another woman. Now, I don't understand how you can call somebody your best friend and dull their shine. Like, period. Like, my best friend, like, when we go out, I don't always feel like, oh yeah, I'm the top tier. No. But what I'm not going to do is ask my best friend to tone herself down to make me feel good about myself. That is something I am not going to do, because the best friends that I have, they're going to make sure I shine just as bright as they do. Mm-hmm. And if you have this type of friend that is not your fucking friend, and best believe they are talking about you behind your back, they are fucking plotting on you. Mm-hmm. Don't, like, it's that's a no for me.
Facts. I don't have any best friends like Bri said. I don't have any best friends like that to where we're all different. I have two of my best friends, they are like ultimate divas. Like, I'm more of a t-shirt jean girl, and that's just always been me. I can dress up a little bit, but I'm not I ain't fancy like that. That's just the truth. But I got friends, they're very like they like to pull it up, and I love it about them, because I can't do it, but it looks good on them, but they don't make me feel bad for being the t-shirt and jean girl. They just know that's me, and I would never, in that situation, I would never ask my best friend to quote unquote bring herself down or dim herself to make me feel better. Like, that's not even in my DNA. And I don't even know that I have any friends that would even suggest that or even want that, if that was the case. So, but my question is too, like, when did this guy tell me that he wanted my best friend and he only talked to me because he thought that she was out of his league? Because for me, I don't even know how we get into engagement after he told me that. I would feel away. I'm honest. I'll feel away.
That means you settled for me. You literally felt like you settled for less.
Yes, and that would always be like in the back of my head. And I wouldn't even want to make my best friend uncomfortable, because that would bring some kind of insecurity just off of GP. Like, who wouldn't feel away? Like, man, so you really didn't want me? You wanted my best friend? And I wouldn't even want that kind of atmosphere. Like, I don't want that energy at all. Like, I wouldn't want that. So I
think that's one of the conversations that the man should have honestly just took it to his grave. Like, if he would have took that to his grave, he would have been good, because now the person that you actually fell in love with, you have made her more insecure about herself. Right. And now when she looks at her best friend, she's gonna always wonder, say for instance, y'all may be having a little innocent conversation in the kitchen, something about her, but she can stand across the room and be like, man, like, does he still want her? That's your marriage isn't gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, period, your marriage isn't gonna go anywhere, because you have made her feel so shitty about herself, even in that one statement. Even though you were probably thinking that, that it was okay to say that, like, man, I wanted her, but I got you. But I'm happy with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but initially you didn't want me. And you only got me because your self-esteem was low at that moment, and you came towards me because you felt like I was the easier catch.
Yeah. Yeah, I will feel that way. I will, because even though my friends, like, they're fancy, I don't think I'm lower than them. I mean, I'm just high up here with my jeans and my t-shirt. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just different, but I don't put myself in a lower category than anybody, because I don't I wouldn't do that. So I would feel away like, I couldn't get past it. I don't have that kind of, get over it
Yeah.
to not feel uncomfortable.
So, Coach, I think I know the answer, but I'm gonna flip it to the point and ask the question: Are you bold enough to tell your partner, "Hey, so I only kind of hollered at you because I don't think I could get with your friend."
No, I would. Hell no, no, no.
Okay,
He
that's
said
what I
he
was thinking. You
Dumb
know,
enough.
And honestly, her, I ain't even that type of guy. Like to me, I just think that's kind of weird. Like even, I don't know. I'm just different. Maybe because I don't know. It's just for a dude to say that to his chick. That why would you even do your chick like that? Why
Mhm.
would you have your wife feeling like that?
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's one of them conversations he should have just took to his grave, bro.
Look at
Like
the
nobody
grave,
but you, yourself,
grave.
and God.
Yes.
like and you can't like that's type you can't even say that to your male friends. Like, yeah, like I hollered, nah, like because now they gonna play you too. Like, so
Mhm.
you hollered, so you felt like you wasn't on the level to talk to the friend, so you settled for her.
Right.
Whack. That's
Nah,
whack.
man, you trash.
That's
Yeah.
whack. That's
Very
whack.
much so.
Yeah.
Man,
So
yeah, I hate that for the girl. Like
Me
Yeah.
too.
I
I
really
That's
hate that.
whack, man.
but I like I said, I wish she hadn't have taken that to the best friend because it wasn't the best friend's fault for something that she never knew. Especially because when your best friend go out, she finna be dressed to the nines.
Mhm.
Like you said, baby, I'm t-shirt and jeans and some shorts, maybe some leggings. You get a little ass pop out back there, you can
Yeah.
see it, but don't touch it. Like
Right.
that's me.
Yeah.
Every now and then I, get a little razzle dazzle going on. But no, I know my best friend. She's stepping out the house every single time. And that's
Yeah.
what I expect from her. I'm gonna be mad if she come out the house and not looking like
Facts.
herself.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
She said the leggings would in a butt poke out, sliding her DMs. Um. So last one. And shout out to my homie for sending me these topics. She would love for me to say her name, but I'm not because that'll make her head bigger than it already is. So the last one is so I don't really know this rapper. I've heard of him. Uh but his name is Gilly Made. Don't know who he is, but I guess he popping. Um no, I'm sorry, Gilly the Kid.
Okay.
Um he's the host, one of the hosts of $1 Million Worth of Game. Shout out to them. So, make a long story short, he took his girlfriend out at the time, who's now his wife. Took her out to this nice fancy restaurant. Um, the bill was like $150.
Mm.
He was like, "Hey, can you pay the bill for me?" She paid it. No hesitation, no problem. Later that night, he sent her or gave her $400. Um, for paying the bill. And he was like, "Hey, I was just testing you to see, if you was real, or if you could, handle, somebody, like me." Do y'all feel like that was a worthy test,
No, that was
or what? How you feel about it?
because this is somebody who's already your wife.
Well, this is before they got married. This is like
Yeah.
25 years ago.
I
He
still feel
so
like I still don't feel like that's an accurate test of um whether or not someone's gonna be there for you when you're at your lowest.
Mhm.
Like testing somebody in that way when it comes to monetary and financial stuff, no. Because what if y'all were out and you asked her out on a date, so she expected you to pay, and she just so happened didn't bring anything with her that night. So now both of y'all out here both looking stupid, and now you're screwed.
Mhm.
So no, that is not a good. That's not an accurate test of whether or not somebody's going to hold you down. And if that's what
No.
he bases stuff off of, I'm glad their marriage actually lasted.
Well,
Mhm.
so he said that he did it to see if she was after his pockets or his heart, because she was like she paid the $150 when he dropped her off later that night. He gave her $400, and she was like, "What's this for?" He's like, he told her, "You have my back. I was testing you to see if I was fucked up out here. Could I count on you? I wanted to see if she was after my pockets and my heart." Then goes along to say, "This generation wants everything given to them and not knowing people's motives or intentions before figuring out who they are as a person. I knew Regina was solid from that day on. Almost 25 years together, and I trust her with my life. She's always been loyal. She never wanted an extravagant lifestyle, and she held him down when he went to when he went to prison in 2007. 2007. She spent 10 days. She's only spent 10 days in prison, but she never complained about it.
What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
sorry.
adding.
So
It's definitely not.
so now I gotta ask.
Mm-mm. Am I going to prison for somebody? Nope.
Yeah, like that's your
No.
that's your man.
That's my
No.
man. But if you did something stupid, I'm not messing up my record for you.
No, I'm not a down chick. Sorry, I'm not a bottom
not.
bitch. We just
Tease, you ain't no bottom bitch. You ain't no
no,
bottom
not in my
bitch.
DNA.
Baby, side chick me, please. Thank you.
Sorry.
You
Yeah, you on your own.
you not a down ass chick like Ja Rule and was that Charlie Baltimore was singing about?
No,
Uh-huh.
like it's just
Women automatically there is a part of us that are always going to be a nurturer that's always going to do the most for the guy that we love. Like that just is just how we
don't
naturally.
manipulate it. Please
You
don't manipulate it.
Exactly. You don't need we don't need no testing in that shit because we already when your heart's connected to somebody like that, you're gonna be down for them 1000%. That's just how most women are made. So you ain't gotta test me with no goofy stuff like that. But I'm not going to go to jail for you. Like I'm just not gonna do that. And I've dated hood dudes and listen. No.
Y'all heard her? I've dated
No.
hood dudes. Y'all heard her?
Oh yeah, I've got some phone them.
But another thing,
Oh,
though,
phone
with
them.
the money, like with the money and everything, so she paid for the night of the date, and then you reimbursed her by the time y'all got home. Baby, she ain't had the enough time in between to be like, hey y'all, this nigga ain't shit. He ain't done that. Like I had to go pay for that. She ain't had time for that because
Right.
you already reimbursed her money plus some.
Right.
So best believe though, she was probably internally like, you know what, this is probably gonna be the last date.
Yeah.
But you gave her money literally right back. But I'm not going to jail for nobody. Like I lie for you. I lie. But then if I get caught, I lied. Nope. I'm like, about 2 days. I got you for about 10 days in the hole. I can't do no more than that. I just one of us gotta stay out for the kid.
10 days in the hole.
She
don't understand how
did that 10 days.
But how he acts on a date though, and then acts how to pay, like that's all wrong to me.
That's
in the first
goofy
place.
shit. That's what they call goofy shit.
That's absolutely goofy. Like I don't even understand how that's even a real thing. Like you ask a woman on a date and you give her this test to see if she's down by asking her to pay. Like we're probably not gonna get to day 2. I feel like I don't know. I just don't think that was a good thing. But I mean, it worked for them. God bless. I mean, and honestly, too, if he was a dude that had money, I'm sure she knew that. So she probably knew the test. Like, why is he asking me to pay? Like, he just trying to see if I mean, she probably knew he's trying to see if I want his money.
I'm about to say manipulation gets manipulation. Like, it's literally the same thing.
It's not rocket science. Like, if it's a dude that got money, we're going to date. He asked me to buy something that I know he has money for. So you're testing me. Get out of my face. No, we're not playing these little bobblehead games. Can't do it. No.
I mean, really, for y'all, as the man in that scenario, would y'all do these stupid tests like this to y'all women? Are y'all really gonna sit up here and really think? Let me try to see. Like,
yeah.
Me personally, my test of loyalty is nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see uh if you can match my wits with words, or if you can deal with my smart mouth ass friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's how I can see if you gonna hold me down, or you gonna be loyal. Because if you can't deal with me, I'm sorry, if you can't deal with my friends, you damn sure can't deal with me. Because I'm usually the calm one in the group of friends.
Me too.
Um, so if you can't deal with them, this ain't it. I'm not doing no dumb shit like, you go ahead and pay, and I first off, why I give you $400?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coach, before you answer, um, let's do this real quick. I told Bay to come in the room for one question, so I need y'all to hear it. Would you go to jail for 10 days for me if I did something stupid? Like, I'm gonna do the bulk of the time, but would you go to jail for 10 days for me?
Hell no.
Would you go to jail for 2 days?
Hell no.
Would you go to jail at all?
Hell no.
Why not?
What for?
You love me.
Ain't? I ain't tell you to do nothing stupid.
See,
That part.
I'm just.
You ain't love me when you was out here making dumbass decisions. You weren't thinking about the family then, baby. I ain't thinking about you now. I will see you when
about
you
your
get out.
ass home last night.
Oh, shit.
Yep, that
Oh,
part.
shit.
But you know what? I'm gonna use this $400 you gave me. Put on your boots. I got you though. But I'm gonna keep my 150.
That part. Yeah.
I'm gonna put the phone in your books. You had a good snacks.
At least I can give you that.
Listen, that make a difference.
Man, you gonna have the good news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coach,
Yeah.
how you testing? How you
Well,
testing?
I already know my wife not going to jail for me, so so I already know. And then by me having kids too, I wouldn't even want both their mom and dad to be locked up at the same time. So, but I know mine ain't going. But I ain't surprised that Wally though hurt because he a street dude. So I'm
Yeah.
not even surprised he even did that because sometimes that's what street dudes do anyway to test these chicks to see what they really about. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it. That's somebody who I really like or I'm digging. I probably wouldn't do that. But I'm not surprised Wally did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
You know what? I didn't even think about that. The mentality of the guy himself, of where he came from.
Yeah.
Like, so if you coming from the streets, yeah, you finna do some goofy stuff like that, and just to see, but you're not really, like I said, you're not thinking it through all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see that. But different environment of a guy grew up in a different environment. I don't think he's going to test the person like that because I feel like you're going to be able to actually, again, have a conversation and figure out based off the responses you get if this person's going to be able to stick around. Like if a gold digger. A gold digger they gonna show you.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
usually in the first couple hours.
Look. Like, before we wrap up this segment, I just want to say I knew my wife was the one because when we first started dating, I told her, I was like, look, I ain't got a lot of money. And based upon her response, I was like, yeah,
that's it.
That's my down chick. That's my down chick.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna put you on the hot seat because it was done to me last week and I needed to do it to somebody else. So there's a clip. Y'all can follow Herc's World on Facebook. It's also posted on the Herc's World Instagram. Did you know within 6 months that you were gonna marry your wife?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Way before.
Randy did with that too. He told me. I was just waiting 4 years later, but
So I feel like I knew, but I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
And this is both times, like being married and divorced, and then now, like I know. I'm just waiting on that certain things to fix themselves or work out. Because like when I proposed the first time, like it wasn't extravagant. It wasn't extravagant. Man, I was in a Sears uniform. She was in a Subway uniform.
Oh, I remember the picture.
And we were in the middle of the electronics department in Sears. So yeah. Now, granted, had she said no, y'all know the rest. But this, like, and like I said last week, I've literally planned out a couple different ways to do it. I'm waiting on them things to kind of work themselves out. But I feel like I knew, and it's just a testament of like your actions and the way you carry yourself. For me, like I feel like when you're looking at that, when you're looking at people to date or marry or whatever, it's all about their actions and how they carry themselves. Like you could be the finest thing in the world, but if your personality is fucked up,
that part.
and you a little slight, you a little stupid, I'm not gonna marry you
A little
because
stupid.
you know it's only room for one of us to be slightly stupid, and that's me. You know, one of us got to be smart, and usually if it's book smart, it gotta be her.
Mm-hmm.
I got us on the common sense. Like I got the department covered, but both of us can't be stupid.
So you
It's just not gonna work.
So you want to actually get married again?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay.
You know, I do want to get married. I do want to go through the whole pomp and circus, as they say. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do the whole um wedding chapel thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna have a small destination wedding. The people that come, I know I know they coming because they really want to be there because it's not, it's a destination wedding, and two, they really support the union because I feel like when you have these big extravagant weddings that cost all this money, sometimes people are just there, and I don't, well, not sometimes. Some people are there just to talk shit. Some
Yep.
people that just eat the food, and some people there to just get drunk and talk about you later.
And be
So
nosy.
right, and be nosy.
And
So they
me
got
know.
something to talk about. So, but yeah, I do plan on getting married again one day.
Well, best of luck to you, my dear.
You gonna get married again?
I don't know. I don't think I'm in the right headspace for marriage. So, and I don't want to mess it up for the next person who actually is. Um, I do want to try to date again, but it really won't be anytime soon. So, I am literally, like I said, just single and just trying to fix myself because being alone for the first time, like legit having my own spot, doing stuff um, on my own, man, I realized how mentally jacked up I have been for a while. Past like childhood trauma type stuff. I can't. I don't want to say a definite no. I don't want to get married again because that's honestly been my mentality for a while. No, I don't want to be married again. But I don't know if I may get the right person that may want to that may changes my mind or help me see a different side of what marriage could be. But right now, I don't see it for me. I don't see it.
Slide her DMs. I'm gonna keep saying it.
At your
But
own risk, people. At your own risk.
at
But
your
I'm not
own risk.
mean. I'm really not a mean person. So if you slide, I'm gonna be nice. But don't get push away.
She ain't gonna be too nice because I'm gonna make sure that I'm just playing. So, but let me flip it on you one more time. We see a lot of Lifetime movies and real life situations where people are like, "Oh, we were married before. We grew apart.
Mm-hmm.
We both grew. we're better people now, would you remarry the same person if they're changing?
Like, okay, so granted, I don't think I would remarry Randy. Like, no, but I would I would give our relationship a shot again. Like down the line, once we've kind of maybe explored other options. Really, like I said, I'm in kind of trying to find this whole personal growth thing right now. And I wouldn't want to tear him down. But like I said, I love that dude. That's my dude right there. Like I just don't think our timing was right. So there is always possibility later on down the line. That's if he hasn't found anybody, I haven't found anybody, and the stars align. Never say never in that case, because like I said, we're not on bad terms. So you never know what can happen. We just weren't right for each other at that moment.
Cool.
So, and plus, I don't like getting to know folks. I'm over it.
Either way, Tise, is marriage in the cards when they slide in your DMs? Because they coming. We're gonna make sure they come.
I feel like yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to marriage. I think being the age I am now, my thoughts of what that looks like is different. I definitely don't want a big wedding. I've been a bridesmaid too many times, so and, yeah, it's too much. It's too much. So I definitely don't want a big wedding. But I'm always open. But I'm also open to just being in a committed relationship where not necessarily again, because I'm just older now. So it's just like I've been in my space for so long to where it's just like probably somebody in my age bracket is probably the same way. Like we probably, both in our ways, but we do like each other company, but he like his space too. So I get it. So but yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to it. I try to keep myself open in the sense of just not saying, like Bri said, maybe because my mind's life changes and your mind changes too, but I'm definitely open to it. I'm definitely open to marriage with the right person for sure.
Coach, what keeps you married?
Man,
Besides the fact that divorce is high and if the wife hears this, she could choke you.
What keeps me married is Woodford Reserve, Maker's Mark, Jameson.
You sound like some good friends to have.
That's what keep me married. No, bro, but for real, what keep me married, man? Because honestly, I really actually feel like I got like my best friend, and I got my life partner. I got the person I've been in love with. I got a business partner. So that's what keeps me, to be married. And I just feel like right now we're still trying to get better together versus one person taking off and the other one still being like here. We're trying to get better together. But I mean, like I tell people all the time, it's hard, as you all know, it's hard because at the end of the day, you're still two very different people. So sometimes it's hard to come together, even from like the smallest thing. But again, it's just about how much work and how much effort you put into it with anything. So,
Coach Mo dropping fucking knowledge. We're gonna take our last break, man. Don't go nowhere. If you've been here this long, you might as well finish it. Hey, it's been good conversation. And y'all know how I feel about good conversation. So we'll be right back with more Herc's World. Welcome back to Herc's World. I'm none other than your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, the Big Herc. And man, before we get up out of here, let me officially thank the guests one more time for hopping on and chopping it up with me. Let the people know where they can find you if you want to be found. What you got coming up, and all those good things. We'll start with Bri.
I mean, if you want to find me, Bri Centrell, throughout all social media, that's who I am. Feel free. If you're gonna slide in my DM, please be respectful. But yeah, so it's right now. I don't have much going on. Hopefully we get the podcast back up and going throughout the summer. So, but I'll keep you posted how we living. That's That's what it is.
Cool. Tise, let's go.
You guys can follow me on I'm on everywhere too. It's basically Tease81 on Instagram. Definitely follow our podcast page. Is SOT Pod. That's on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook. Facebook's the same thing. Some of that podcast, and then on YouTube, some of that podcast. We do once a week. Usually you see the audio between Thursday and Friday, and the video usually on Saturday. Thank y'all for having us on the show. It's definitely been fun. And we got to collaborate, so you could be on our show. And we can collab with both of you. So yeah, it's been fun.
Coach, what you got?
You can follow me on Coach Mo on IG, and then I'm on Twitter heavily. Coach Moses on Twitter. Make sure you follow the podcast. Some of that podcast. We on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Subscribe. We're getting ready to do a live show this year at some point, so we got some stuff going on. And again, Herc, appreciate you for bringing us on too, bro. We always looking to collab, man, with great people. So we appreciate that.
Man, no doubt. I appreciate y'all for the opportunity to bring y'all on. Like when I heard you on with Katsera, I was kind of like, I was like, we gotta find a way to make this work.
Yeah.
And then just collabing with other podcasters is one of my goals and one of the things that I really thoroughly enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
So this will not be the last time they grace us. They grace Herc Square with their presence. Look forward to more collaborations. Hopefully, with that live show, I can pull up to the city and just be in the audience and support, of course. How we living? Y'all come on back. If I can get if we can get a how you living in the Herc World podcast and works, we can do that.
Okay.
I'm always open to hop on other people's stuff and just give my crazy opinions on different topics. This is episode 48. So we are literally no, I'm sorry, 47. 47. I'm moving too fast. 47. So we are literally 2 episodes away from 50. So I decided that I'm gonna do a giveaway for the 50th episode. Here's how you're entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card. You gotta like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment of your favorite episode or your favorite guest on any of the platforms, and I will randomly enter your name into the name generator so we make it fair, and you'll be entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card. Yes, it's only $50. Yes, this podcast shit is high. If you want more, y'all need to holler. Y'all need to holler at the mother folks because this shit ain't cheap.
Listen.
Look, you know what? I take that back. If there's a sponsor out there that is looking to sponsor another podcast, some of that is available. Herc World is available. I will take any and every donation that you want to give, because it does take a lot to kind of put this stuff together. I know it just seems like they just you sitting behind a microphone talking for an hour or two or whatever, but it takes so much more to bring y'all this content and be relevant every week. So I do appreciate y'all for listening and, staying rocking with your boy for these first 47, 48 episodes. As always, you don't work, you don't eat. You got crawl for you can walk for you can run, and man, run before you can fly. I am your girlfriend's favorite podcast host, the Big Herc. And so the next time you see my face, or the next time you hear my voice, I'm out. I told y'all, if y'all follow the Instagram or this Facebook page, I told y'all I wouldn't have a hood on today. I look civilized. Your granny's favorite salesperson is back in the building. So just thought I'd throw that out there. I holler at y'all when I holler at y'all. Herc out.
Peace.
Peace.